Guys, how's it going? Welcome to my Safe Gayven. It's been so long since I've done a live. It's been like a month since the last MCU property. So good to be back live with you guys. Actually, with this being the first this is actually my first multi-stream live. I'm actually broadcasting on Facebook, Twitch. I decided to get an upgrade. You know, Loki's dealing with the TVA and everything like that. So I'm like, you know what? Let me get my own bureaucratic upgrade. I got a job now. I can spend a little bit of money. So with StreamYard, you have to pay to be able to multi-stream, and I was on the free version. So I'm like, you know what? I got a little drip now. So let me upgrade. So for those of you that are watching, perhaps on Facebook or Twitch, ain't nobody watching because I don't got no followers on there. But if you are watching on there, how you doing? My name is BlackGayComicGeek. I talk about movies, TV shows, video games, comic books, all within the fantasy, sci-fi, supernatural genre. I always say things that I love in my fantasy has blood, sex, gore, and magic. So if it has that, I'm going to talk about it. Or if I just feel like fucking talking about it. But usually during these Marvel shows, I always go live to talk about the episode. And I do not do these lives alone. But if you're in this stream on the YouTube channel, if you're watching from YouTube, you could do me a favor and hit the like button. It'll really help with the YouTube algorithm and everything like that. So I appreciate you. So now let's bring in our guest. You guys know this guy. He's been on my stream multiple times. He's not even a guest anymore, but again, multi-stream. So if this is your first time watching us, we're going to bring in Ron from You Don't Read Comics. Yo, yeah, how you doing?
I'm good, yo. How are you?
I'm good.
You keep saying multi-stream. I keep thinking about what's that movie, The Fifth Element? Multi-pass?
Yeah, the multi-pass.
You had to pay for that though.
Well, I just saw. I think I see somebody just got in from Twitch. I think let's see a little heart emoji. But yeah, how you been?
Chilling, man. I see you on my wave. You're actually working now, so.
Yeah, but unlike you, I only got the one. I just got the one job.
One job. This is a job too.
Yeah, but yeah, this is a job too. But introduce yourself for the folks out there in Safe Gayven land.
My name is Ron. I run a website called You Don't Read Comics, and I do social medias by the same name. And I usually focus on comic books, the comic books that influence pop culture. You know, stuff that you like. It come from books, and that's what I usually lean towards.
Yep, and all my guests that I have coming on today, I got their links in the description box below. If you want to give us, a little blessing, I got our Cash Apps in the description box below. So next, we're gonna bring on another one of my favorite people to talk to.
Hey, did you say I was your favorite?
Nah, I'm over you. You already. You already been a part of this thing. I was like your cousin, like, fuck that. Oh, yeah. This is 3/3 of what we call as a group that we have on Facebook. We call the Omega Level Ends. I tried to get the other person that makes up part of the group on this stream, but he's busy. He's too busy for us. Mm-hmm. But you guys know her. She was on my first live stream from Lovecraft Country. She's always down. Anytime I ask her to pull up, she's always here. And I love listening to her takes and her mind, and one of the best Black women nerds doing this thing. So let's bring on Fantastic Frankey.
Hey. Yo, what's up, man?
How's it going?
Yo, I'm good. At first, I was tight that you introduced Ron first, but then I got such a great introduction that it just washed away.
Nah, you know how to say save the best for last?
Yo,
okay.
Facts. I appreciate it. I feel good. I'm happy to be here. Got my green for Loki. I'm ready to go. You know what I'm saying?
So yeah, introduce yourself.
Oh yeah, done.
Hold on, you change the lights whatever color you want. You just be.
Yeah, yo, design.
I just noticed that. Like, you be having a purple light. Like, what's going on?
I've seen a purple one a few times.
Don't play with me.
She got the green.
I think pink too. No, don't play with me. I'll put the green back on though. Sorry, y'all. Anyway, what's up, everyone? My name is Fantastic Frankey. I am a content creator on all of the socials because now I'm on TikTok. You can find me there at Fantastic Frankey. Unless you are on the Bird Twitter, then you can find me there at Fanboy Fighter. I love to dissect comics, anime, anything nerdy. and basically ruin it for you. So that's my jam. Definitely. If you like to argue, pull up. You know what I'm saying?
Bully.
Yeah, definitely check it out. Did you
I'm
mention?
not a bully. I liked the term villain. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't target anyone specifically. I feel like there's an intention there and a master plan, you know?
Okay.
That's why I like Loki.
I mean, fanboy fighter.
Fanboy fighter. I got on my shirt, but I got a little white, you know? Let's see. There you go.
Yeah, we got Ron. Where your shirt at? You got your
Where
shirt
your
on?
Oh, I have my shirt
Oh,
on.
he does have his shirt on.
He does have his shirt on. Okay.
We just gonna talk shit.
Yeah.
So,
You should change your name to Fanboy Bully. I would actually buy that shirt.
If it said
Bully.
what?
Fanboy Bully.
Fanboy bully?
Yeah.
Maybe I'll make a special line and throw that on there. Fanboy bully. Y'all think I'm a fanboy bully?
I don't mind it, but I do think.
yeah, no, I don't mind it, but
No, I'm saying, do you think I'm a fanboy bully? Like, you think I'd be bullying them?
Yeah.
sometimes I'll be like, where she be getting these takes
Yeah,
from?
you
Like,
can they be chilling in their own spot, and you just come and just start messing with them.
just wake up and choose. Wake up and like, yeah, I'm gonna make a video about how trash Goku is. Like,
Yeah, like they wasn't doing nothing. They
I'm
was
like,
watching
who-
Dragon Ball Super.
They be frolicking, and I'm like, what
busy-
y'all doing over here?
Goku busy eating noodles in the hyperbolic time chamber. Here come Frankie, like, yeah, you trash. Like,
Yeah. It's more like he's eating noodles, and I walk up to him, and I'm like, hey, you know you trash, right? You see how the tone changes there?
Yeah. But anyway, guys, like if you're in the stream, we're gonna look at the chat and everything like that as we're going along. But if you have a question, comment, or anything like that you really want to get across to us, it is not asked for, expected, or anything like that. But if you do want to leave a super chat, it'll be greatly appreciated. Like I said, it's not expected, but it's always appreciated. So yeah, it's the lifeblood of the channel. So let's jump into Loki episode 1. I'm gonna try not to because it's been a couple. Yeah, it's been a couple days. So I'm like merging episodes 1 and 2 together.
Yeah,
I got the screener for
Mike is cool, so they let him see
see
2 episodes already.
Right. So before we even start, Mike, let me remind you, episode 1 ends. Spoiler alert for everyone. Episode 1 ends with what we're assuming is future Loki. Spoiler again. We're assuming future Loki burns up a bunch of Minutemen.
Okay. Yeah.
That scene. That's where it ends.
And
I just know it helps me when I'm doing like episodes like, where did this one specifically end? Boom. So don't be ruining for us. I will hop off this. You hear me?
Don't worry. I think I'm good. But yeah, for those of you guys, if you couldn't tell from the title, we are talking full on spoilers. So if you haven't seen episode 1 of Loki, you need to dip unless you don't care about spoilers. So yeah. But let's jump into the episode. So yeah, the episode opened with like a full recap of like what happened between Avengers, Infinity War, Endgame, Dark World, Thor, the Dark World, Thor, and everything like that. Basically, just catching you up, and you see Loki with that Tesseract from Avengers Endgame, and he disappears, he dips, and he ends up. I don't know what country that was.
Mongolia.
Okay. So he ends up.
You had the subtitles on, huh?
Yeah, I had the subtitles. What if I was that good and I could just tell, like regionally, that was Mongolia? I didn't even know they had desert land.
Yeah, I had subtitles on too.
Damn, anime heads.
Yeah,
subtitles always.
So yeah, I was like, where? I should have had the subtitles. I usually do. Like when Falcon and Winter Soldier, I had the subtitles on, but they had subtitles on the screener. But so yeah, they had a little. This is like, I think this is probably the first time we actually seen like the full on Avengers and everything like that in like a flashback in one of them in any of the Marvel shows. So I'm like, that was cool. And they actually kind of had an Iron Man callback where Loki like was laid out in the dirt with his arms stretched out, kind of like a callback to Iron Man 1. So
even the way he fell into the desert was very reminiscent of Iron Man 1. You know, after he like blows up that town of terrorists, and he in his original suit, and he like flies away, and it's like his Mach 1. So it's not good and it runs out of fuel, he like string down falls into the deserts and then his like suit like explodes.
Yeah, I agree with that. But after he lands and you see the Mongolians, now that we know it's Mongolian, they're looking at
South Park. You keep saying Mongolians. I'm thinking about that the scene they always have with the Mongolians destroying the world.
Nah, it's been a while. You know, it's been so long since I watched South Park. But I mean, that musical, I still like that musical though. Mm-hmm. But yeah, so after he gets up and everything like that, he throws a callback to this line, which I don't think Marvel knew this line was gonna have as much like weight and pull and callbacks as it has. Like he gets up and he sees them, and what does he say that line? I'm burdened with glorious purpose or whatever.
Oh yeah, that was good.
Yeah, and which is actually the title of this episode, Glorious Purpose. And then that's when the TVA rolls up, and you see my girl, Wami Masaku from Lovecraft Country.
Rita.
Yeah.
Don't she look like she smell good?
Ruby.
Sorry. But don't she look like her skin is always soft and she smells like baby powder. Yeah, I just know it.
And you said the same thing about Ben from Umbrella Academy.
Yo, because that's what I associate.
It's true though.
There is a certain line of people who smell like baby powder. And they deserve all the flowers.
Produced that way.
No, it's just the thing. Just like there are people who like smell like skin.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. You know what I'm talking about? Like the skin here when you get sweaty. There's like a set of people like that. There are also a set of people who smell like baby powder. Like they just showered.
Like wet dog.
Like wet dog, yeah. Like they just showered. That's what I mean by baby powder. Like they literally just got out the shower. You're like, damn, we've been outside for 10 hours. What's up?
I was thinking more like smell like cocoa butter. Yeah, that
it's in her hair. If you hug her, but from far, it's the baby powder. You know what I mean?
But yeah, she showed up and she put some hands on Loki, and I was like, oh, okay, that's good. I like seeing that some black women.
Like hit him once, but it was like
one time. Yeah, it was almost like she had the Speed Force.
Yeah. Like it's cool the way they play with time. It's like kind of like old.
Yeah, I like how they're doing that. Like it's a cool effect. Like you can tell they're putting money behind this show.
I mean, the TVA kind of existed before it, but it really reminded me of Umbrella Academy, like the 80s.
Yeah, like the way they were set up. Mm-hmm. I have a couple questions, and maybe you guys can answer this for me. In terms of the MCU, not in the comics. Mm-hmm. What's going on? So there is a multiverse in the MCU.
And there is an omniverse.
Yes.
Okay. Because I was trying to figure it out because the way they were kind of explaining it made it seem like it was one universe with multiple timelines instead of
different. Like a different timeline could be an alternate reality within the multiverse, but if it's just like out of like say there's a timeline where Black Panther's father never died. There's a timeline where this happened, and then there's timelines that we're supposed to go a certain way, but somebody messed that up, and then that creates an omniverse, like a different tangent of the multiverse.
Right. So that I get, but then, and this is just me speculating. So maybe I'm just like looking ahead, and that's why I'm confused. How would they explain if it's an omniverse with multiple timelines, multiple Spider-Mans?
I think the way they explained it is there's one main Marvel universe. So kind of like in the comics, there's a 616, the main universe, and when certain things happen, they're like think of a branches of a tree. Like there's certain variants, which what they call them, that happen that branches off into a multiverse, but then the timekeepers are trying to clip those branches. They don't want there to be a multiverse. So that's what the TVA is for, to try to stop all these different multiverses from cropping up. So I think for the most part, as of right now, there's not really supposed to be a multiverse in Marvel in the MCU. But we know with Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness that there has in the title, so there has to be.
And
so I'm thinking something's gonna happen at the end of this that spawns like a whole multiverse, which probably will eventually get into Spider-Man and everything like that.
Right.
That's what I'm thinking.
I'm thinking there's a conspiracy going there with I don't know her name. I know her name is like Gagu.
Gugu Mbatha-Raw.
Yes,
Ooh.
with her character. I don't know, just something about the way she was explaining things. I feel like there may be some sort. Was
You
that
hear
me?
that?
Yeah.
I'm like, what is that?
I don't know.
That's you, Mike.
No, that ain't me. I'm not touching nothing.
Oh,
I heard it when you first came on. Before I was on, I heard it.
I heard the sound too. I
Yeah.
told you, Mike. You was like, I knew it. Put that pop filter on. Stop playing with me.
The pop filter, it's right here.
Oh dang. Also twinsies on the mic. But yeah, I'm thinking there's like some sort of impropriety that we're not privy to yet. And maybe that's what Owen Wilson is going to cover up, or I know we're too early to be in theories, but it was a question I had because I was confused on whether it was a multiverse or omniverse. And I think it's all the information I have from future projects confused me, if that makes any sense.
How'd you feel about Owen Wilson?
Huh?
How'd you feel about Owen Wilson, like being casted?
You should. Your mic just dropped. I think it might be you.
Hello?
I mean, now it's getting worse. You trying to blame me?
Dang. I'm gonna drink my tea.
See now.
It's gone.
Yeah, see now it's gone.
Mm-hmm.
It's gone?
Yeah,
It's gone.
Okay, my bad.
that was the TBA was trying to get you. You was about to say something. You was about to break
They
the
said,
tie.
"Whoa,
Yeah.
buddy."
No, but
Too much
what
dip on your chip.
What was you about to say?
Dang, I forgot. But Owen Wilson, he reminded me a lot of Coulson.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Like he's feeling that. Oh, you said Owen Wilson. Okay. Yes, he did remind me of Coulson. First thing I thought is he looks great.
Mm-hmm.
Owen Wilson. But yeah, he had that like funny bantery, but like I still follow the rules type thing. That I really appreciated him. I felt like he was super cold the way he kind of rolled out Loki's entire life in front of him, and I know it was a tactic to get him to cooperate.
You gotta break him
Yeah.
down to build.
Yeah. So do you think?
But I like that though. Like
it was good.
Because
But do you think they do that? Do you think detectives like talk to their mans before they go in and interrogate? Like, look,
Like
okay,
the
so I'm gonna
Jack
roll
Black guy.
out.
Yeah.
Yeah,
no,
not even that, but like,
I don't care.
he had visual aids ready to go. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So you think he was like, hey, yo, all right, so look, I need you to do the screen POV and then change it to the.
I mean, just like Ron, he had a whole staff.
He had a whole staff there. I was like, how they changing point of view from the camera on this recording of his life? I just thought it was funny.
And funny enough, like I was a little nervous when Marvel announced that Owen Wilson was going to be in the MC. I was like, oh, the wedding singer? But I think this is just a great example of, no, not weddings. What was that? Wedding Crashers?
Wedding Crashers is
a
masterpiece.
Yeah. But this is just another example of Marvel and their great casting. Like they go and cast these people you would never think would be in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, and they come in and they do a great job. Like I loved his banter and chemistry with Tom Hiddleston and everything like that. Like I thought he was a great addition. Like I want to learn more about his character. Like
Hiddleston was off the charts. He was like extra Loki.
Oh yeah.
The opening scene, like when he landed and the Mongolians were there and he sees them and he immediately says to himself, like, I gotta be above these people. He just stands on a rock talking to them. That's like extra Loki. Like,
but you also got to remember, this is Loki literally right after the first Avengers. So it's not like, throw away Thor Ragnarok and Avengers Infinity War. And like, that's not Thor the Dark World. None of that happened. And that was actually one of my biggest fears going into the show. I'm like, dang, all this growth and character development that we got from the character of Loki. And now it's like we're backsliding because we're going back to event like 2012 Loki. Like, we've been there already. We've seen this and done this already. Like, why? Like, let's move on. But I like the way they did it. Like, how did you guys feel about like just how Loki, even just a little bit of development that he had in this first episode?
I think it was dope that the way that they introduced, they kind of brought him up to speed, right? By him seeing his entire life. And to me, I think they're hinting that he may be even more mature than the Loki that we left with. Because he saw his mans die. He saw directly he killed his mother. He saw his pops. I mean, I don't know if he's dead, right? I mean, Asgardians don't die, but still, you get what I'm saying. Like it's eye opening. And then to know that
this the MCU. Anthony Hopkins, he ain't coming back.
he's not coming back. Yeah, that's
like,
true.
nah. Especially now that he won an Oscar, he like, nah, I'm done.
They all got Oscars.
Yeah, that's true.
They did like the Oscar family. Remember that Kanye song, Grammy Family?
But what was I about to say? Oh yeah, no, Ron, what do you think about?
Like Frankie said, like he got to see like all the stuff that the other Loki went through, so he got to see that trauma and kind of live through it through that Loki, which is still himself. His own eyes. So he got to see his mother die. He went through that. He got to see his father die. He went through that. He got to see him actually forming a real bond with his brother. And and he that Loki was kind of at peace, and then he died. And he's like, oh, this is my future. This is what we're gonna wind up as. And the title of the episode, like you said, was Great Purpose, and he thought that he had some great purpose, and his purpose was really just to inspire others and then die. Like, so I think that him coming to that realization is like, probably I want more. And even after that scene, when he sees like the whole landscape of the TVA and where they're at, and the fact that things like the Infinity Stones and the Cube don't work there because he's not in the. That's how it works in Marvel. Like, if you have an Infinity Gauntlet and you travel to an alternate reality, the Infinity Gauntlet doesn't work that much.
Yeah, it doesn't work.
So he saw a lot, and he thought that he was on the verge of the greatest power, but it's like he realized he knows, like, what they say, so a wise man is like the man who knows that he knows nothing. He realized that he knows nothing, and he got humbled too. He got humbled,
which is what he needed, because his ego, especially at this version of Loki, his ego is like off the charts. But the thing about this episode that I really liked is just in the fact that, like, and this is the thing about the Marvel shows, it's like they want to take you to therapy and take these characters to therapy in like every iteration. So like Wanda dealing with her therapy, like her show was about dealing with guilt and everything like that, and her therapist was basically the Hex,
the 3,000 people she terrorized.
Yeah, pretty much. Wanda still gotta go to jail.
She gotta go to jail. Yeah. Let's always remember that.
Yeah, let's remember that. And then like Falcon and Winter Soldier, his show was about dealing with like racism and capitalism. Even though they didn't go as far as I wanted them to, they still touched on it. And his therapist was basically Isaiah Bradley. And then you get to Loki. This show is about basically just being called out on your shit and like saying you need to do better. Like I mentioned this in my review. Like this was Michael Jackson all over. Like, take a look at yourself, then make a change. Like that's what this show was about. Like and Mobius was pretty much his therapist. So
I didn't see that coming. It's like when he was asking him those questions, like, oh, why do you do this? Why do you do that? Why are you such an asshole? And he was just like, I was like thinking in my head, there's like really no reason for him to be asshole. He's just a guy of mischief. Like, how are they going to resolve this? And then he pretty much summed it up as like, I was bullied. I was afraid of being bullied. So I became the bully, so I don't get bullied. I think that's what it pretty much wound up to. And I think a lot of people could relate to that. I need people to fear me. So I'm not scared. Yeah. Which
is a very, even though he's not human, but it's a very human thing. Like even think about the dynamic between him and Thor before, like when he was still a good guy, quote unquote. Like you think about Thor Ragnarok, they had the whole thing. Let's get help. And he's like, that was never fun for me. Like he would just throw his brother, and he would, Thor was super arrogant in the very first movie. So he would always look down and treat his brother like crap, which is why, like more outward, which is why also Thor had to be humbled in the first Thor movie.
And it's also the inadequacies that Loki felt, right? Like he looks different than everyone. He's not as powerful as everyone. He's small. I mean, he's resorting to magic, which they kind of feel like is sneaky, right? They're all about hands.
Yeah, and then look down on that.
Yeah, and they're looking down on that. And then I think a big thing that we're overlooking is the fact that he saw his life purpose in someone's everything drawer next to batteries and shit like that. You get what I'm saying? Like, imagine what your life purpose is. Like, I want to obtain this power. I want to do this. And this is what I'm dedicating my entire life to. And then I roll up to some desk jockey. He's like, yeah, I use it as a paperweight. Yeah. And that's why he didn't even attempt to take it. You get what I'm saying? Like he wasn't like, let me pocket a couple of these and then get back to my universe and fuck shit. Excuse me.
No, you could curse.
Oh, I could curse.
Don't say the N word.
Did y'all? Because I'd be dropping them like crazy. But yeah, he if he was any other Loki, even that Loki right now that we see, he would have taken those stones. But like to see this bozo who don't even know what a fish is, talk about like,
Which,
yo,
that
this
was funny.
is
That was funny,
whatever.
though.
Yo, because why would he know what a fish
Yeah.
is? Do they even eat? So I just think that's a big reason why that change. Owen Wilson kind of highlighted it, but I think it's just him realizing how insignificant he is in the world. You know, that's really starting to spark that change.
And it also kind of reminds me of like the because like his whole dream and purpose and desire has been shattered. And also kind of I think about the Langston Hughes quote a little bit. What happens to a dream deferred? Does it wither up like a raisin in the sun or something like that? That's essentially what we're seeing Loki go through right now. This kind of existential crisis, which I love for his character because it's something he definitely needs. And just like you mentioned, Ron, like I love the whole back and forth between Loki and Mobius when he was just like, okay, so you want to rule the world, like.
Then what?
Then what?
Exactly. And I was like, yo, most villains don't have an end game. You rule the world. Then what? They never get to that except for Thanos.
I was saying Dr. Doom too. Dr. Doom, he wants to rule the world because he thinks he can make
Dr.
it better.
Doom has done it before too, and given.
He's talking about in the MCU in general. Like Thanos is the only villain that had an end game. Well, pun intended. He had an actual.
Let's not forget. We just watched Falcon Winter Soldier. Why can't I think of his name? Zemo.
Zemo.
Zemo. He just wants to get rid of all super soldiers.
But then after that, what's gonna happen? He gonna have the catharsis, or he gonna start going to metahuman? You get what I'm saying? Like, there's always gonna be more.
On a Disney tangent right now. You think if somebody if Mobius had grabbed Scar from Lion King and showed him what would happen if he achieved his dreams, like he would have changed that different? Like it's the same thing?
Scar's a dirty boy. Scar's a dirty boy. Loki ain't never tried to kill his family for real. You know what I'm saying? Like he did things to foil them, but he knew that they could handle it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, he never like really wanted to kill Thor.
Yeah, he never like actually tried to kill Thor, but
you think if Scar could have been king without killing Mufasa, he would have done it that way, or Mufasa had
because even if it was some bureaucratic thing that got him to become king, the point wasn't Scar older? I felt like Scar was, but either way, the point
it's the same kind of comparison.
It's the concept, but they're lions, just like the Asgardians, right? So it's like you being a cunning lion don't matter. How many gazelles are you clapping tonight? Okay, we trying to eat. That's the point. And
Scar was weak.
Scar can't do that. He out here playing chess. We don't need that here. We're on survival of the instinct. I forgot what we were talking about before. We were talking about villains, their end game, right? Oh, yeah. Oh, funny story. I was just talking to my dad, and he loves Thanos for that same reason. He just feels like Thanos is
Sheldon Blair. Scar was just a psychopath. So I don't think,
when we meet Loki, that's what we think he is too. He's just doing stuff for no reason. This is the first.
But we've seen cracks. Even going back to the very first Thor movie, like. When he was about to fall into that void, he was saying like, I did everything that I did for you, Father. So it's like you could tell he still loves his father. He just did it in a twisted way, but it wasn't like, oh, I'm trying to kill everybody. I'm just trying to clap Asgard. Like he still loved his Asgardian people. Like even when you get to like he had the whole "this is your life" moment, and he saw what happened with Thor Ragnarok when Asgard completely destroyed. Like he felt something for that. Think about how he felt when he saw his mother die. Like
you're right. Scar wouldn't have cared.
Yeah,
Loki ain't killed no children. Scar was ready.
He knew he was about to. He knew he was about to clap Mufasa. He just said, "Long live the kid!" Boom, like bye, motherfucker.
That means he practiced that line too.
Yeah,
he was like, "Yeah, I'm gonna throw that."
He's like, "Yeah, that's a good line right here."
he was doing it in the mirror, like, "Long live again." No.
I'm not. Like how John Walker was doing it in Falcon and Winter Soldier. I am Captain America.
Yeah, y'all never in your lives practice anything in the mirror. Or at least on camera?
Not in the mirror, no. I don't do it in the mirror. I don't do it in the mirror.
Technically, our pre-recorded videos. So Ron, you don't really do them, but Mike, your pre-recorded videos are technically practicing in the mirror, right?
Mike is an actor, so he's definitely done it. There's no way.
Yeah,
I just said I don't do it in the mirror, but I do it.
Okay. That's what you said. You practice it, but just not in the mirror. Okay. That's all I needed.
I'm busy. Like I'm like, oh, I'm fat. Like I need.
Yo, the trick is you get a mirror from this up. You know, what I'm saying?
I got a full length mirror in my room. But hold on, hey Jessica, I'm here. Yeah, welcome. But what were we talking about? We just went on a Scar Disney tangent.
That was a good question though that he brought up. Their link.
Bring that up. You know what I mean? I'm sorry I had to go there.
That's the same universe technically now.
Yeah.
I mean, it's all Disney, and they're talking about a multiverse. So yeah, Scar might show up.
You're talking about Loki having a catharsis or whatever, no?
Oh yeah. His existential crisis. I can't say it.
No one can.
Yeah, but this whole thing does kind of remind me of like Umbrella Academy with the TVA, and you think about that they have their own time bureau, and in a sense, Loki is 5, pretty much learning about this whole organization. So that I don't know if they did that on. I mean, granted, I know the TVA existed long before
the Umbrella, and I think they decided to do better.
If they decided to do the Loki show because they're like, oh wait, Umbrella Academy's hit, and do we got something like that in Marvel? Oh, TVA, yeah, let's do that.
I don't know. I think they had planned once they did the run of like we're gonna do shows on Disney Plus. I think Loki was already like hands down, we got to do this. You know what I mean?
People love Loki, so we're gonna make it work no matter what. I think that too.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to say they forced this show, but it was like it had to happen. It was a money grab.
Yeah, they were because when Tom Hiddleston, whatever, when Loki died, spoiler for the people under a rock, when Loki died, there was like this huge outrage, like, so what? So he's just gone forever? Like, what are we gonna do? Like, so I think they were like, we'll get it. Yo, what's up?
Hey.
So no, I don't
want to interrupt you. So
yeah, I see you, but I don't think that was one or the other. And I think there are things about the TVA that I appreciate more than what Umbrella Academy had to offer. Like, I love that they were all, it seems so municipal, right? Everybody was annoyed there. Nobody was explaining anything to you. And then they would get annoyed when you would ask them questions like, sign this, whatever. Then you die, blah, 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 blah. And it just, it felt like he was at the DMV. And I thought
the way the TVA works in the comics, at least, is like all the people that work there and live there are like from the.
Hold on, wait a minute. Can you not hear it? Can you guys not hear Ron?
Ron's talking about the way the TVA is in the comics.
You hear me now? Is it louder now?
I mean, I hear you fine, but yeah, I don't know.
Not them, yeah.
Yeah, apparently.
Get you this blue Yeti, yo.
Mine is a Yeti. No, it's a blue, but it's not a Yeti. It's a snowball.
The snowball. All them jobs. Go get you a Yeti.
It's summertime. That snow done melted. Like,
yeah. Snowball. Whatever.
You know, black people will like tease you for anything.
Yeah.
You'd be like, yeah, I use cocoa butter. We'd be like, cocoa butter. Look at him with smooth skin.
You use Cetaphil for real. But the way it works in the comics is like all those people were literally bred to do those jobs, like genetically, and like when they die, they take their DNA and just recreate them again. So they like all those people that all they have ever known is working that job. That's why I got
That's why I got it. No,
insinuate that in the show too, though, in the video.
Yeah,
but
the only difference is they're not clones of one person. They're all different people, but you could tell.
Yeah, and in the comics it's like what are like the stormtroopers in Star Wars, I guess.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, after the second set. Sorry.
I'm not a Star Wars guy.
Yeah. So the first story, you're right. The first ones were clones, and then after that, that's when we got the blacks. Yeah.
Yeah, that's when we got black stormtroopers. The whole basically all the stormtroopers were black.
I put a theory that I think that they went to a black planet and was like, let's get these. I heard our ancestor 10,000 years ago used to get the blacks. Let's go do it. It's just something weird that all the stormtroopers.
Yeah, because on Rise of Skywalker, like they would all like. I'm like, come on, like y'all.
I'm like, yeah, all black.
First of all, y'all not gonna make him a Jedi, and you're gonna make all the slaves brainwashed slaves on top of that black. I mean,
you think George Lucas did that because his wife divorced him?
Ooh.
Oh, I didn't even know they divorced.
I'm sorry, I bet he like that. He was like, "Yo,"
he was kicking him in.
Blacks ruining me right now. I'm sorry.
Yeah, but wait a minute. What was the meaning of the floors listed in the elevator? I'm trying to think. Y'all remember?
No, sorry. Can you tell us what the floors were? I didn't even look.
I don't remember.
Yeah.
I was too busy looking at
I know
Tom Hiddleston's chest. Oh my god. I'm sorry, Ron. He's secretly brolic, and
I was gonna bring that up a little later.
Before you got the role of Loki, so
yeah,
he said what?
He auditioned for the role of Thor. He was almost cast as Thor, which I'm like, I don't see that. He's not even.
Imagine being in a casting call. Oh,
granted, he got abs and he got a body, but like he's kind of
Chris Hemsworth wasn't big either.
Like he's skinny, like
Chris Hemsworth wasn't big before Thor either.
Yo, still.
Yeah, but Chris Hemsworth got a bigger like physique
frame. He's
bigger frame.
Too.
Yeah,
he's taller too, but definitely like I could imagine like being in the like room for an open call and then like Chris Hemsworth looking and his two other brothers who look exactly like Thor, and then you're like, damn, I'm done. I'd just be like, yo, I'm gonna read for Loki actually.
Yeah, I was gonna bring that up. I was like, they got him like fully naked, and I was like, Tom Hiddleston got a body on it.
I was like, good for you.
Look at Ron's face.
Look at Ron was like, oh, yo, but you know what it is? It's I think
that's what I was paying attention to, not the elevators.
Yeah, he talked about buttons. I was like, how could you look at buttons?
The only buttons I saw was like the nipples. Like,
yeah, man's chest was out. Some of it, fun fact is, they put them through this training camp that is insane. And I kind of want to go, but it's like this training camp to like get them in shape. So like that's why they get all of them are D's, except for Robert because he owns them basically. Yeah, but everybody else is D's.
Plus he's in the Iron Man suit, so he don't really need to.
The first movie he was in decent shape though.
Who? Yeah, that was like 15 years ago.
Yeah, that was like.
Yeah, the man old, but I mean, even Star-Lord. Remember how fat Chris Pratt was? Yeah. On Parks and Rec, and then like he came back and he was like, yeah, I quit drinking beer.
He started getting a little bit of it back in Guardians, which they made a joke about in Guardians 2. They made a joke about him gaining weight back in Guardians 2. So
because he didn't, Star-Lord don't need to be D's, yo.
He don't.
Well, you know he's gonna, especially now that the rumor that Thor is gonna be in Guardians 3. So
and you know it's not a rumor, it's like a whole book confirmed. So
oh.
Oh well, shit. Ron got that scoop because I'm like, I don't remember reading that.
I was like, well, he is right. Like at the end of Endgame, it's like almost confirmed, right? He on the ship with them.
Yeah,
and he says, "As Guardians of the Galaxy."
Comes out before Guardians of the Galaxy, so it's like, are they going to touch that there or
after? Maybe they'll be out looking for Gamora because she dipped immediately.
Yeah, she did though. It's another timeline.
But she stayed there. How's she gonna go back?
Exactly. But is she a divergent?
I don't know. And then that's something they kind of explained, but they didn't explain like why they didn't go after the Avengers, but not just the Avengers.
But it was a convenient way. They were just like, what happened with the Avengers was supposed to happen. Well, why?
Why? But even Thanos coming back was supposed to happen. Well, I guess so because
he didn't come back. That was just another Thanos.
No, but that's what I mean. So Thanos then technically would also be a variant.
Yeah, wouldn't he be a variant? Because
he brought a full crew.
Yeah, full army. Also, from 2014.
Shout outs to Thanos figuring out time travel in about 10 minutes. He hacked into Nebula's mainframe. It was like, oh snap, this is fire. Let's go. And brought a full army. They couldn't bring 8 people there and back. And he brought a full army. That's crazy.
Because I'm just like, if their whole thing is stopping branches of the multiverse, I'm like taking Thanos out of 2014 and bringing him to the future. That also prevents like Infinity War and everything like that from happening. So if that was supposed to happen, they created another reality because now you have a reality where there is no Thanos.
There's at least 2 or 3 extra realities right now just because of them.
But they're saying it is intentional. Those realities,
according to who? I guess we'll find out eventually.
That's the question, though.
They probably don't even know yet, and they're looking up. They're finding a way to explain it.
Yeah,
but then I'm thinking about it.
Writers do a lot. They'll just write themselves in a hole, and they'll figure it out and explain it to you 5 years later.
I do have to say, if Avengers was supposed to go by,
this is a good point right here. Did y'all realize there was no Soul Stone in the box? No, there wasn't. So maybe
what color is Soul Stone? Red, right?
No, the Soul Stone is yellow.
It's a yellow.
No, that's the Mind Stone.
No, the Soul Stone was orange.
All right,
right here.
I know how it is. In the comics, I was like, in the comics, it's like an orange yellow, but in
the MCU, they're not the same color.
In the MCU is different.
Oh, either way, I mean, I feel like soul stones are a lot harder to get.
Yeah.
And they never really explain. So red, yes, they never really explain what the Soul Stone does in the MCU.
They didn't. Right.
They don't.
Because the Infinity Gauntlet doesn't work the same way either. So
that's true, and that's because I thought they were gonna introduce Adam Warlock.
Supposedly they are in Guardians 3, but
because they teased him at the end of Guardians 2.
Yeah, and I was like, oh, they're gonna explain how they're gonna get the other stone, and I thought that was the route they were gonna go, but say la vie.
Because his whole thing is having the Soul Stone, like so I don't know how this is gonna work because all the Infinity Stones are supposedly destroyed.
And technically
they're destroyed in
they're not universe. They're not destroyed.
Well, in that universe.
No, they're not destroyed. He made them the size of an atom.
No, he sent them back. Pat put all the stones back in time.
No. The stones that Thanos in 6-1. Yo, my boy Kevin Feige said it at Comic-Con when people asked how that was a big plot hole. They were like, yo, what's up? And he said, well, Thanos didn't actually destroy them. He made them the size of an atom. And that's why the universe didn't go off that variance that, what's her name? The ancient one, the grown one, whatever. Bald lady.
Yeah, the ancient one.
So she was like, yo, he didn't destroy them. He turned them the size of atoms because you can't destroy the stones and leave the universe where they are.
Yeah.
So
I wonder if they're going to come back into play because if they're the size of atoms now.
The time stone back then.
You said what?
That leaves it open for Doctor Strange to get the time stone back.
Exactly.
I was going to say
I was hurt by that because they made the time stone the Eye of Agamotto.
The Eye of Agamotto. Yeah, I didn't like that. I didn't like that either.
Was like,
but they didn't, right? He took it. Oh yeah, they did. You're right.
Yeah.
Because I was gonna say if you're saying they're the size of atoms, I guess that gives leeway for Ant-Man to go and maybe retrieve.
Yeah,
using some types of quantum, blah, blah, blah. That's what they're going to use. I promise you, quantum is going to be in that word when they figure it out.
I mean, hell, it's in the title of Ant-Man and Wasp, the Quantum Mania, or whatever the fuck it's called.
I'm so tired.
That's a stupid ass title.
All of these superhero shows are using quantum way too much, and I don't really know what quantum means.
Don't try to compare it to the Flash though, because
you already know what's going to compare to the Flash.
The MCU is not the Flash.
Yo, even if you don't compare it to the Flash, Ant-Man and the Wasp, Lawrence Fishburne, we made it a drinking game every time they said quantum. Every second, finish before the movie's halfway through.
They think if they say quantum, they say quantum. It sounds smart. It's like
it sounds stupid because
they might as well just say science.
From comics, Reed Richards is always saying some new weird shit. That
he is.
Truly.
I love the
who likes
Rule. I'll stop you before you start.
No. And let me say, I love the Fantastic. Look, I finally got a full. I'm gonna get shelf, y'all. Wait me a second. I just bought new shelves so I can stack it. But full Fantastic Four here. I cannot deny Reed Richards is crazy intelligent. I said he was smarter than Rick from Rick and Morty. I'm down with it, right? That being said, I hate him as a person. I feel like if I met Reed Richards in person, I'd hate him. I hate him.
But what if I told you Reed Richards was autistic? Would you still hate him?
Yeah, y'all. Everybody get to smoke equally. I don't care if you got. I still wouldn't want to be around you. You get what I'm saying? I'm an equal opportunist, and I'm sorry if you are awkward to be around. I'm not gonna like to be around you. You get what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Elon Musk has he has Asperger's, right? Mm-hmm. I wouldn't want to sit in a room and have a conversation. Regardless, either way, you get what I'm saying, and Reed Richards gives off that energy.
I want to have a conversation with Elon Musk. Like, yo, how can I get in on this Tesla action?
I don't like how he kind of changes the economy on a whim. I think that's too much power for one man.
I agree. I feel the same way. Same with Jeff Bezos. Well, yeah, we're not gonna get into it.
Yeah, I'm sorry, y'all. But Reed Richards is low key. Both of them combined, right?
Oh no, I do feel like Reed Richards does probably seem like the type. Not as bad as Dr. Doom, but
he's literally the head of the Illuminati.
Letting you know that you don't know as much as him.
He
You
picks
telling
and
me the
chooses which
councils of
problem to solve.
reeds, the councils of reeds isn't just a little bit narcissistic? Y'all don't think so?
It is. I'm starting to agree with you. So fall back.
No way, y'all. I'm off. I've achieved nirvana, obviously. Thank you,
Reed Richards,
guys.
there's a lot of problems he could have fixed, but he picks and chooses which problems he wants to fix. So,
And that's the issue when you're that smart.
exactly.
And reason is over. You get what I'm saying? Like, I can fix this problem, but the probability, blah, 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 right? So I think that's why I don't mess with him like that.
But yeah, like Reed seems like the type that lets you know, like, yeah, you don't know as much as
To get a
you
little
don't know as
comic
much
booky,
as me.
like in Secret Wars, the entire multiverse, everything was destroyed, and then Reed Richards, and his son recreated the entire multiverse, and they put everything back the way it was, exactly.
It didn't change, yeah,
exactly. And being black,
yeah, you didn't try to in slavery,
yeah. Why would he care though? Why would he care?
You know, trying to give us no reparations in this new world.
I lost respect for him honestly the most recently in House of X when Cyclops was sunning the Fantastic Four. I just feel like, I don't know, I always felt like Cyclops was a bitch, so like I just kind of lost respect after that, you know what I mean?
Cyclops is a man
now, okay,
now,
but he was letting some 5'2" man push up on his woman when he's 6'6" and could shoot laser out of his eyes. That's crazy to me. You get what I'm saying? That's someone who's inherently soft. And now, Krakoa is.
I think Cyclops' problem was he listened to rules too much. Like he has a clear sense of
he's way too.
Don't nobody like that.
Like a lot of people try to compare him to Captain America, and I don't think he's like, because Captain America is willing to break the rules
all the time
for what he believes in, but Cyclops is more like
what did the professor say?
What did Professor say? But with that,
he's a man now. Though.
Yeah, but with that, because you mentioned Secret Wars. Do you think with this idea of the multiverse and branching off, and they talked about if there's too many multiverses, it could cause a cataclysmic event and all this other stuff? I'm like, wait a minute, is that a Secret Wars tease?
But it'd probably be like the original Secret Wars, I think.
I was thinking more of like the Hickman Secret War, because the original Secret Wars was just more like, let's get all the heroes and villains together and fight.
Underestimate Marvel and Disney in general. So I'm sorry, I'm gonna underestimate. I think it's too. I think they'll think that it's too complex for fans.
I think so too. I don't know why y'all getting hyped for storylines that we do this every time. Exactly. We be like, Mephisto. Yeah, I'm glad that they said off rip, because as soon as I saw that devil in France,
I yelled at the team. I was like, Mephisto.
I said, thank God they said off rip.
But I saw the blue gum or whatever the kid was eating. I immediately thought Kang. I wasn't thinking Loki.
Oh, I think he's gonna be here, right? Because his homegirl is. The chick he be fucking with is Gagu. I forgot her name. I forgot both of the names because I know her name isn't Gagu.
Has like a rivalry with the TVA. Like
the TVA,
a certain sector of time, and they own a certain sector of time.
Shout outs.
And shout outs to Loki. Deals with Time Shop. But real quick, for those of you in the chat that don't know what the hell I'm talking about or what we're talking about Secret Wars, basically there was an event in Marvel. There's two events, but we're going to talk about the recent one called Secret Wars 2015. And it was basically all of the multiverses were colliding within each other. And so all of the superheroes within Marvel were trying to get together to stop all of the Earths and everything like that from crashing into each other, essentially destroying the entire multiverse. And so that's what I was asking about. If you remember in this episode, Miss Minutes, who I didn't find out who the voice actor was. I'm like, she sounds so cute.
It was Tara Strong.
Oh, it was Tara Strong?
It was the voice actor.
So Harley Quinn up in there.
Look at her.
No, she's not the voice actor. Cree Summers is the voice actor.
I was
Cree Summers is
the voice actor.
Phil Lamar too.
Yeah, Phil Lamar too.
He tied, Samurai Jack.
Yeah.
But that's the thing that Miss Minutes was saying when talking to Loki. It was like, if there's too many branches of the multiverse and everything like that, it'll create a cataclysmic event. And so that's why I was asking. You think that's a tie in the Secret Wars?
I think that's why they won't do it.
Yeah. I don't know.
I'm sorry. What were you Ron?
No, I'm saying. I mean, with Kang involved, they could do it, but I really remember that it was a couple wild articles with like them talking about them doing alternate versions of the Avengers, like with like maybe like Tom Cruise as Iron Man and this and that and this and that, and all these other characters being like recasted. I mean, that is something that could happen, maybe.
Like I'm like twitching. Every time somebody says cast it, I'm like, no, like cast. It's recast, not cast it.
Well, this is the thing.
AAVE.
That's that actor thing in me.
Yeah, let us talk how we want to talk. Yeah. This is the thing. I feel like I thought when Miss Minutes was talking, I thought that they did that section to tell us, don't be out here hyped about no secret wars. Don't be talking about no secret wars. Okay. Mm-hmm. Secret wars passed, right? Mm-hmm. And that's what they basically said. Secret wars passed. We fixed it. Mm-hmm. Now this is how we are, I think. Or it could be.
Like you said, because they did say something happened and that's why they created the TVA, right?
Right. Yeah. That's what I'm saying.
But you also got to think like, Doctor Strange is called the Multiverse of Madness. So the multiverse, so something's fucking up in the multiverse.
But why not? Why
she messed everything up.
Why do Secret Invasion instead of, you know what I'm saying? Why not make a series for Secret War?
That could be coming later on down the line. I don't know, but yes, I mean it's just speculation. That's
Marvel got something that's gonna get our dick wet. They gonna say it immediately. you hear me? Like that's why they're always like, there's a special guest.
But Marvel's also good in like with keeping a lot of stuff closer. It's like they haven't announced anything with regards to X-Men yet. And we know that's coming
because they don't know what the fuck they do.
They'll let us guess stuff and they'll write something down like, oh, I like what they said.
That's fine. That's fine. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah. They're like, oh, what you said? Yeah. I think they don't know because any Marvel head who's read any comic book with X-Men in it knows that with all the events that's happened in the MCU, there's no way Charles Xavier with his nosy ass is staying out of it.
Yeah.
There's no way. So now they have to explain where they've been, blah, 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 and figure that out. And I don't think they know yet.
I mean, it could be a branch of, they could say, oh, the X-Men came from a different universe. Because they did mention in this, talking about connections and everything like that. They did mention with Miss Minutes talking, she did talk about like a Nexus event, which also goes back to WandaVision being a Nexus being. And then also Multiverse of Madness. So that could be their way of explaining how they get, especially with Eternals coming into the MCU at a certain point, so they could try to say
how they explain.
Oh, we was here, but we ain't do nothing.
I was gonna say how are they gonna explain that. I mean, the Eternals were always dicks, though, right?
Yeah, but I'm saying like the whole Thanos was here and we didn't do nothing, and Thanos isn't eternal. It doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make any sense.
Maybe they're gonna make them extra dickish.
unless they go the route of Neil Gaiman's run, where they had amnesia, and so they don't remember.
Did you like that?
No.
That's what I'm asking. I'm like, who liked that?
But I mean, that could be their way of like explaining why they didn't do anything. You know, it'd be a terrible explanation, but like
even introducing, like you said, with Charles Xavier, you can't introduce Reed Richards, the smartest man alive, and say he didn't help Tony Stark, do this or build this or do that.
Ultron, or help him crack time.
Exactly.
Real quick, Pug W. There's no such thing as late. We're still live, so you came in, you here. As long as
that's what I'm saying.
Yeah. So, but I appreciate you. But yeah, did you guys notice the scroll in the TVA?
Yeah.
I'm big on scrolls. Everybody is scroll. Loki might be a scroll.
Shit, Sharon, we talked about this in our Falcon and Winter Soldier finale. Like Sharon might be a scroll. The power, like
everybody's
Sharon Carter.
Everybody thinks Sharon Carter may be a scroll. I mean, when's this series coming out?
I don't know.
I want to see how they're going to make them villains too, because they've been refugees and allies this entire time.
Contacted by other scrolls, and there could be different sections.
Yeah, it might be all of them are villains. Yeah. It might be just different sex.
Oh, like there's like a set of scrolls without it. Yo, I'm gonna miss it without Natasha. Spoiler alert for those who haven't read the comics. Like they figure it out because she starts shooting people. When they're like, oh, how do we know who scrolls? She shoots Wolverine. It was like, if it's red, it's us. Like that's fire to me.
But I'm thinking
they might give it to the Black Widow replacement. Yeah, Yelena.
I think she's gonna replace Black Widow.
Yeah, and you know what? I don't even like ScarJo like that, but I kind of don't like that they killed her.
No, I agree. I agree with you. I agree. I feel like she should have been the one to take over the Avengers and this new phase.
If anything.
Like, don't give it to Captain Marvel. Like,
Yeah, and people don't even like her.
I think people don't like Brie
No,
Larson because
that's what I'm saying.
because she talks about like
Diversity
getting
and inclusion.
diversity and inclusion and getting more women journalists and everything like that. And like, oh, she hates white men. It's like shut the fuck up. She's probably dating a white man. Like
made $1 billion, they was crying.
Yeah, and I think the follow-ups to the like Captain Marvel 2 is gonna be fuego, and they're gonna be tight, and they're gonna find reasons.
You're gonna have a Muslim American and a Black American, and
they're gonna find reasons.
They're gonna be mad. They're gonna be mad as hell at the Marvels.
Like, actually, if you looked at the coat she wore, the color is actually caramel, and really it should have been tan 34. Like, yo, they gonna look.
He's ruining everything.
It's ruined. She raped whoever. Blah 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 blah. Yo, ready.
But real quick, there's a theory that one of the Skrulls came from Earth. You can see that they were in Adidas. People are looking like I ain't even noticed that.
Dang.
But I mean, it could.
Like the third episode, I'm watching. I'm looking, but y'all heavy.
Yeah, like, they probably looked at the serial number of the Adidas and all that.
This is my question then. So the Minutemen, were the Skrulls Minutemen?
No, I joked about Loki being a Skrull, but they had that machine in there that can see if he's a robot. I'm pretty sure that machine can see if you're a Skrull too.
Why?
They're like above everything else. You know what I mean?
It was just looking for organic matter.
Yeah, that's all it was. Yeah.
So I mean, the Skrull's still organic, but I'm saying the Skrull that was seen on the show, were they Minutemen?
No, I think they were Divergents, just like Loki.
Oh, okay. Answer. So, Sonia said,
because it looked like
it's just too aggressive.
Yeah, I noticed that too. I was like,
Captain Marvel is aggressive. She's not nice.
Somebody who used to be a big Green Lantern fan, she's like the exact same character. And people love Hal Jordan when he's not listening and doing whatever and being reserved. But when it's a woman doing it, it's like it's a problem.
Ron, you're the wind beneath my wings. I agree. Yes, wholeheartedly.
Yeah, like the same.
Pilot, aggressive,
the same personality trait, that Tony Stark has is what Carol Danvers has.
Mm-hmm.
Yo, she was a rock star and then becomes one of the strongest beings in the universe. Why would she not be aggressive?
My biggest problem with Captain Marvel is just I thought the writing was subpar.
Yeah, I think that'll be fixed the next movie.
I think what it is like, I think some of it was editing. I think that the writer made something that was like woman centric, and then they edited it to make it even like more woman centric. You get what I'm saying? Like if I had written something about like the Black experience, and then someone edited it and was like, "I'm gonna make it even blacker. Let's throw some more yos in there. Let's make sure the cops stop her 5 times." And I think it was a product of that, and then also those white boys ripped it to shreds before we saw it, and then we had it in our mind like, I don't fuck with it. But I don't think that it was worse than most of the introductions of the movie, but except for Iron Man. I think it was on par with Thor, Captain America, and who else came out?
Thor, Captain America.
Who else came out by themselves?
It was Hulk, which I mean, I guess kind of
definitely better than the Hulk, right?
Yeah.
But I think it was on this with Ed Norton. Yeah, it was all right. I don't think the Hulk is meant to be a movie because it's about his struggle, right? It's about like him being lonely and stuff. It's not really about him hulking out, and nobody can afford to do full Hulk scenes. So it's like, whack.
I want to see the Hulk.
Why?
Yeah. If they had went and did the real World War Hulk, that'd have been great, but we didn't get that.
Yeah, so that's the reason why I don't watch trailers. So I didn't know what to expect when I seen Loki, because I don't watch trailers anymore ever since they ruined in Thor Ragnarok that the Hulk would be in it. So after that, I was like, why would they ruin such a great twist? Like, that's crazy. So then since then, I haven't seen it. I haven't seen it because I just don't like that they do that.
But I'm like, hold up, let me see if I can share. Let me share my screen real quick, because I'm looking at when people was like, the Soul Stone wasn't there, and then they said the Soul Stone was red. I'm like, wait a minute.
Did you find the Soul Stone?
I looked at the pic. I looked up the picture. Why don't the shit open?
The color that they had.
So
they were in that pool or whatever when they finally get the stone. I think it's like.
So yeah, can you guys see my?
See, I told you it was red, right?
Here's the Soul Stone. It's a bunch of red. Like you see Soul Stone right here. It's just the the big orange one, which I think was I think that's the Mind Stone, right? Because
the Mind Stone was the last one, and it's yellow because they have no Mind Stone.
Yeah.
Mind Stone, I'm looking at the Infinity Gauntlet right now. The Mind Stone is yellow. That's because that's the last one Thanos put in, right?
Yeah, that's the last one Thanos put in. So I'm like, there's only one Mind Stone, which I'm like, I wonder if that's a thing. Because like you see multiple stones of other ones, but like, why is there only one?
It was the hardest one to get, right?
Oh, maybe
no, they had it
has
already.
something to do with Scarlet Witch, then.
It could be. Yeah, I don't know, but I just wanted to bring that because I was thinking about that. Like, I was like, wait, Infinity.
Gonna bring in like certain characters, like how they're like universally singular. You know, like maybe Scarlet Witch is universally singular. Like there's a bunch of realities, but there's only one Wanda Maximoff.
You think it's like that here?
I'm saying it could be.
I mean, I would for them to announce that she's a Nexus being, and the whole point of Nexus beings is like you can go to different multiverses and everything like that easily without needing any type of contraption. I feel like that would make sense to have her be like the only Wanda.
Yeah, I get nervous because these fanboys, if they're gonna commit to it, you know what I mean? Because like I feel like they get upset anytime. They were upset that she almost beat Thanos. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. Not her, but
it's still people debating about that. Oh, she's not the strongest Avenger. Thor is. They're just mad because
Thor. Excuse me. Thor did not have.
They just came out. They're just mad because Kevin Feige said, "Oh no, a woman is actually stronger than
Thor." Two of them, right?
Yeah, to both of them. Captain Marvel too.
The Captain Marvel was. She was washing up Thanos. He was like, yo, ring fire. I'm out. We out. Yo, ring fire. And they were like, yo, all our people are here. He's like, oh, I don't care. I'm getting washed. Somebody help me. Please.
Like when Brie Larson was about to like punch him in the face, that was like one of my favorite parts of the film. I was like,
yo, my favorite scene is when he headbutts her and she eats it.
Yeah, facts.
I think I was like, yeah.
Like as like a comic book fan, it's a cool thing. And for some men who go watch the movie, just like, oh bullshit, women. I'm like, why do you even have to think that way? Like, what
I did hate when they did the 18 type thing where all the women had to go help. I was like, all right,
yeah, no, that I hated. They did it better. They did it better in The Mandalorian.
Yeah, and you know what it was too? I think it was because we watched Hawkeye walk with the gauntlet Dolo, and then you give it to them. They're like, oh, we need both Captain Marvel and Scarlet Witch, and like we need all of them to when this guy with no powers and he didn't even have his bow and arrow was sprinting across, and sorry. I didn't notice this, but did you guys notice this? Dre Day said, did you guys all see any reference to Stan Lee? I didn't see any Stan Lee. There was
the guy Mobius. He's based on one of the original editors of Marvel, like in the comics. I forget the guy's name, but he's based on him. So like the character itself is a shout out to like an OG Marvel creator.
Yeah, the way they designed him and stuff like that, I thought. Because when he was in the courtyard, I thought it was Stan Lee for a second. Because they showed it from the back. I was like, this is really dark for them to CGI a dead man in here. And then I was like, oh, it's Owen Wilson. Duh.
Really quick, Thelma Hardy, thank you so much for the $14.99 super sticker. I appreciate you. Thank you so much.
Thelma, that's old school name.
Yeah, excuse me.
But I mean, Pug W said this in the comments. I kind of disagree with this, but like Endgame feels a little pointless after I found out they're using the stones as paperweights. LOL.
Well, you Loki'd yourself. You just discovered a higher plane. Like
that's basically what it was. Like what you thought.
What was he fan? Like, oh, Goku's so powerful, and then somebody else comes along
and then we slaps him around for a second.
Yeah, because new form. Yeah,
and that's one of the things I disliked about like kind of like what you mentioned. How they made the Eye of Agamotto and Infinity Stone. I just felt like it made the universe smaller by making all the powerful objects all connect to the Infinity Gauntlet. It's like, no, there's more out there besides just the Infinity Stones. And I like now finally we're getting into that. So I don't think it makes Avengers Endgame pointless. I just think it just shows that there's more power besides Infinity Gauntlets because we're expanding beyond that.
Exactly. And then it puts out a real threat, right? So like if the threat that killed multiple Avengers is a paperweight, think about what the next threat is going to hold. You know what I mean? That means that they've been getting softballs, and now it's going to be way worse.
Which actually,
the
last
threat that the threat is actually Loki, right? Not that Loki, but another Loki.
Yeah, you think we're gonna see a bunch of Lokis like in this run?
I'm thinking we're gonna see.
I'm thinking, yeah.
I can't wait for Lady.
I mean,
now I'm gonna see
who you guys?
I'm gonna let y'all talk for this because I saw the second episode. So
oh no, yeah, don't talk. No. Ron,
I'm gonna let y'all discuss the theories.
I would love to see the woman version of Loki because I'm a big fan of the A-Force comics.
Oh wait a minute, Frankie froze. Did she freeze for you?
Yeah, Frankie freeze for me.
Yeah, she look like she got a kissy face right now on the screen. She's blowing us a kiss. So I don't know what happened. But I mean, yeah, but based on the ending of this episode, they did say that the variant that they're going after, the biggest, baddest variant of all time, and the reason why they need this version of Loki is because it's a Loki variant.
But I wonder what point in time did this Loki variant come from? And I wonder if all the Lokis have experienced the same things. Like, just because it's a Loki doesn't mean it came from like the same kind of timeline. It could be like another reality, but not a different. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
but
is there a reality where there's a kid Loki?
She did. She said, "Fuck this." She said, "Fuck this strain." But yeah,
is there a reality with a kid Loki, a woman Loki, a Necro Loki? Because like when I saw the hood and the black, that's the first thing I started thinking was the Necro Loki, like from Jason Aaron's run.
Yeah. But I mean, I think I saw an announcement, something like that they did cast like somebody to play like a kid Loki.
Yeah, kid Loki.
Yeah, so I'm assuming we're gonna see Kid Loki at some point, which might branch off to
Young Avengers.
That's what I was just about to say. Which could branch off to Young Avengers because Kid Loki was part of Young Avengers.
Exactly. Everything comes back to Young Avengers. Kang.
Yeah. Everything comes back to Young Avengers.
Yeah.
So I mean, dang, I wish because I was gonna let you and Frankie discuss because I'm like I can't say too much because I know who this other Loki is because they reveal it in the second episode.
But it's not the same Loki. It don't look like that Loki.
I'm not. I don't know. I mean, I know, but I'm not gonna be like you that like to spoil shit.
I be talking about.
No, you do. When you be talking about when we were talking about Invincible, you're like. Bruh. Your facial expressions was giving everything away. I'm like, come on, Ron. I don't want to know. I'm
posting Invincible memes on the Instagram. People be like, yo, stop spoiling stuff. I'm like, yo, it's the comics. It's been out. I've been told y'all for years Invincible was the best superhero comic I've ever read. So you're not gonna tell me to stop posting it, like.
Yeah, real quick, Stelma gave another comment, which from the super chat. But I made it. My two favorite guys give the best MC. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. But really quick, guys. Also, for the people that are in the live stream, if you haven't already, thank you guys for joining us. If you could please hit that thumbs up and like button, really appreciate it. Or if you're watching on Facebook, it doesn't tell me like if anybody's watching on like Facebook or anything, but I do see I have like thumbs up from Facebook, but it doesn't tell me like. And for those of you that came in late, this is my first like multi-stream. Like I'm actually streaming not just on YouTube, but I'm here on Facebook. I'm also streaming on Twitch. So it's my first time even.
How does the link work? Like if I open the link on Facebook, does it automatically go to Facebook or like the link that you posted on your Facebook, or does it open up to YouTube? I
don't even fucking know, honestly. I just know when I posted like the broadcast, like on my BlackGayComicGeek Facebook channel, it just said broadcast at 7 p.m. or whatever. So I don't know if you got to like actually go to my page, like my Facebook page. Like if anybody's browsing Facebook, maybe you get an alert. Like if you're following me. Like this person is live right now. I don't know how it works. But Swashabug just said I switched from Facebook to YouTube. So I don't know. The BlackGayComicGeek multiverse is here.
Does it go on Instagram Live too?
That it didn't give me the option to do Instagram. It just gave me Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, and then LinkedIn. Because I checked, which I don't. Who fucking uses LinkedIn? I mean, at least I don't. I don't use LinkedIn. But I'm like, dang, what happened to Frankie? Let me text her real quick.
Well, I would love to see like maybe towards the end, like if there are a bunch of different Lokis, like Loki's teaming up against whoever the bad Loki is, like seeing like 5 Lokis on screen at once. That'd be dope. But I think it might be a little disappointing because I thought that they were talking about Loki being like non-binary. I thought that he would switch to a woman and a man, like that specific Loki, not like just have a Loki that's a woman and then have a Loki that's a man. It's like a total
I mean, I could talk about this more. All
right, you can't don't tell me. Were you upset or were you
definitely thought? Hold on, wait. No, here she goes. She's back.
You're sorry. They tried to bring me down, y'all.
Yeah, like you got what did they say in this episode when you get disintegrated? Purge. You got
prune.
They tried to prune. Yeah, they tried to prune you.
Yeah, my bad, y'all. My bad. I saw we were in the Mike, do not ruin nothing for me for episode Rude. I feel it coming on. Ron, my question is, if they do get Lady Loki, who do you think they'll cast?
I think there was like rumors of them casting. Like,
no, they already.
I mean, yeah, but who? I mean, they already got it. Yeah. See, Mike. Ooh, Mike. It almost came out. Ooh, I saw it.
Being that they're not using her right now, and I just saw Cruella.
Nah, dub.
What? Why you don't like her?
I do. I just don't think. I don't know. She only got black hair. No,
did you see Cruella?
See, that's what I'm saying. I just said coming off of Cruella.
Cruella was good.
Yeah.
First of all, Ron, was real good. It's surprising.
Ron, you're the last one.
I was thinking. I was just about to say, Ron, you like Cruella?
The funny thing is, my dad was telling me about it yesterday. He was like,
"He's gonna take you to see it."
No, he already saw it without me.
Oh wow!
Wait, look at the pain in your face.
Well, I would never do that to my daughter.
Dang! Even if she was 31.
No, we still gonna see.
Still, regardless,
you're still your daughter though. Like,
facts. Yo, I saw. What was the last Marvel movie?
Tell him I said that's not cool.
I saw Far From Home without him though.
Oh.
Yeah. That's way worse than Cruella.
But real quick, let me share the screen real quick because my best friend Jessica, she just sent me the text of the. Remember we were talking about the elevator?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So, like, you guys see the thing?
Wait, did she draw in that too?
No, I don't know. This. Oh, did she? I don't know. Maybe
that's
she did.
fire. She did, yo. She put visual aids.
I don't think so.
I'm trying to see if they're like different worlds, but usually the worlds are numbers.
Maybe
you know
they're
like
maybe
they're
the
like
you think they're the movies?
Like 616.
Yeah.
Like, Ultimate Universe. What is it? 1310 or
1610. Yeah, so it's not that. Maybe I just Google some of those numbers, like put in Marvel 2W1 and see if anything pops up. I don't know. FE3 is that Iron Man 3? They're movies.
Oh, that is
they're movies.
Didn't I just say that?
FE3, yeah.
I say that.
So wait, what's 2WE?
2WE.
Or
I don't know. FE3 is definitely Iron Man 3. I'm not bugging.
Yeah, because FE, Iron,
yeah.
So that could be it.
Yeah.
I'm sure somebody on the internet's probably already done a breakdown. Like, oh, did you guys see the
GY? I saw GY3. Was that Guardians of the Galaxy 3?
Yeah. Probably.
I don't know, y'all, but we'll figure it out. And I bet you Marvel also probably released that, right? What that meant? Yeah. Unless there's like an actual hint to like something else that's coming.
Yeah, maybe. But I mean, I can't answer your question. But yeah, what you guys are speculating about?
I'm just saying, were you disappointed in episode 2 or were you pleased in episode 2?
I don't know. I enjoyed episode 2. Like,
okay, so I feel better. Yeah.
It just continued the build from because I did see, which I don't have this complaint at all, but I did see some people complaining that they felt like this episode was too much of a recap and nothing. No, really, I saw people saying nothing happened in this episode, which I'm like, I completely disagree with that.
Yeah. But why are we acting like we don't know that these shows have been like movies, like one long movie? It's one long story.
It's the beginning of the movie, yeah.
So everyone, and I mean, Netflix does the same thing. Every intro, the difference is with Netflix is we get to binge it all at once. So we don't feel how boring the intro episode is. But WandaVision was 2 episodes of Bewitched. You get what I'm saying?
Like, unless you're like somebody who enjoys that, I do. You people are bored. A lot of people were bored with it until episode 4.
The only thing I'm scared about regarding this show, and it's the same fear I had with like Falcon and Winter Soldier. Like, I haven't seen the second episode. I'm like, everything is so big, and the concepts and everything that they're introducing in the show is like a lot. Like, how are they gonna end this in only 6 episodes?
They're gonna leave us disappointed, just like the other 2 shows.
Yeah, because I'm like, I was disappointed by the end of WandaVision. I was disappointed by the end of the Falcon and Winter Soldier. I'm like, Loki, please, like, third time's the charm. Like, don't disappoint me by the end. Like, that's my biggest concern.
There's also probably a version of Loki who's a Sorcerer Supreme. I would love to see like a bunch of Lokis on screen at once.
Yeah, because I made a TikTok video about it, but like, and follow me on TikTok if you guys aren't. But like, the comic book version of Loki is vastly different from the MCU version of Loki. Like, Loki's a damn near sorcerer in the comics. Like, yeah, he uses magic here and there, but it's like small little tricks.
That's because Marvel is just now getting to their magic, you know what I mean?
Oh yeah, in the comics, like, Loki is like he's throwing like not hands, but like magic hands with like Doctor Strange.
Jazz hands. It's perfect. Like, what is it that they be doing on the MCU?
Yeah, like.
Yeah,
you know, Wanda had a choreographer to do this with her.
Yeah,
she paid somebody to do this.
But she was the only one. She's the only one without a stunt double.
Okay.
So she was. I remember watching an interview with Elizabeth Olsen, and she was like, "Yeah, I was sitting there chilling with everybody's stunt double, and they flipping, and I'm like, and I'm like, yo, I would feel a way too. Like, yeah, I got the most power, but like, first of all, I'd be tight that I gotta do half the work that like, you know, ScarJo has to do, and I'm getting paid probably less than ScarJo, but I'm not gonna get to that. But either way,
she's also not as big a name.
Yeah, ScarJo's been doing this for a while.
Yeah, ScarJo's been doing way more movies.
She does, and she has Oscars and stuff like that. That's fair. Yo, people trying to make it seem like, and this was a big gripe of mine, people were trying to make it seem like she is this huge household name, and they were like, yeah, the Olsens will never, the twins will never. And I was like, y'all, they billionaires.
They're billionaires. Yeah,
they're good.
Still buying it.
What's funny though, I didn't know they were billionaires until I saw your video. I was like, I knew they were rich. I didn't know the Olsens were billionaires. I was like, dang.
And I get it, because you probably didn't live through the Olsens. The way we experienced the Olsens. No, I did. No. I'm saying the way we experienced the Olsens were probably different. You get what I'm saying? Like, and I think because of the internet and the way that celebrities now kind of seem obtainable, like we can reach them and touch them, kind of, right? Like, I can tweet The Rock enough and The Rock may answer me back. You get what I'm saying? Versus before, I was on his message board.
Like a letter.
Yeah, and I had to every day. I had to see his location.
Stars that got like fan mail and stuff.
Exactly. They had clothing, showers, makeup, movies, books, school supplies, shoes. It was just so much that everywhere you went in somebody's crib was the Olsens. And that's how they became billionaires. There's no way Elizabeth Olsen will ever, and I mean, I'm not saying she won't be a successful actress. She's never going to achieve that level of domination that the Olsen twins can, just because of the way society is now.
Yeah, it's true.
That's my tangent on the Olsens.
But really quick, Louise Brooks, thank you so much for the $10 super chat. I loved Loki. Lots of love for you, for your channel. And I saw Cruella in the theater. It was shiny and fun. See, Frankie, you got to get on that Cruella.
I'm going to go this weekend, y'all. I'm going to go. I've heard way too many
people. That she lied. She ain't going.
No, I actually really like Emma Stone. I loved her. I thought she was an excellent choice as Gwen Stacy, because she is that like smart.
Yeah, I hope she's lying and she's coming back in the Spider-Verse. I hope she's lying to my face and she's actually coming back in the
Spider-Verse. Spider Gwen.
Yeah,
I don't know if she's is she, and correct me if Cruella changed it. You think she an action star? You know what? Forget that. Anyone could be an action star in Marvel.
She in La La Land. She two-stepping.
Was she dancing in Milan?
Yeah, I didn't see La La Land. I was like,
they were not dancing.
You got a movie about jazz with no black people. I ain't watching this shit.
Yo, you could see her.
I love that movie though. 1, 2, 3, it tugged at my heartstrings.
1, 2, 3. It did not. It was whack. No, it wasn't whack. It was overhyped. For it to win way more than
it was
Moonlight,
overhyped. It was overhyped. But I saw it before all the hype and before Moonlight. I saw it like the day it came out. I just wanted to see it because I like Ryan Gosling.
I do like him, but either way,
but going back to what you said about the old, Sonya said, I got big money. I had the purse and the curling iron.
Y'all don't get it. I had the crimping iron, Sonya, the crimping iron, where you could. I don't know if y'all remember that. We used to crimp our hair. But yes, that's what I'm saying, y'all. Olsen head to toe was the vibe. The lip gloss, the stickers, they had lollipops, like the Spice Girls. It was a lot. That's your dog?
Yeah.
What's that? Yeah. See, we don't got no dogs out here. We can't afford it. It's a new child. You have a dog there, especially on Upper West Side. They do like they have like doggy daycares and like it's more than a person. Yeah. I forgot what I was talking about though. Oh, I was asking, do you guys think that Emma Stone could be an action hero? And then I corrected myself and said anyone in the MCU could be.
I just saw her become a villain, so
she was a villain before.
And what?
Not a villain, but she was dark in Birdman.
Oh yeah,
she was dark in Birdman.
I didn't see Birdman.
Birdman was good.
Birdman was excellent, and it's a one take film. I love a good one take film, like 1917.
Yeah, 1917 was dope. And it's funny. I'm like, I didn't see Birdman, but I'm like, I got the Blu-ray right over there.
Dang. So what are your dogs?
Look at Ron. You bring it in the dog.
I'm not.
What is his thought, Joe? That's a flex to have a white dog.
That's definitely
exactly.
That's a flex. He's like, yo, look how clean my white husky is. I got money, y'all.
And I want a husky too. Husky and German Shepherd. Those are like my two favorite types of dogs.
They shed so much.
They do, but I love them.
They fire. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. But real quick, Louis, again, thank you for the $5 super chat. Cruella was not Shakespeare, but watching the Emma's choose scenery and visually, I can forgive. Yeah, I thought she, the battle between the two Emmas, and again, I'm not gonna get spoilers. You know, Frankie hasn't seen it, but like Emma Stone and Emma Thompson, like it reminded me a lot of like a Disney-fied version of The Devil Wears Prada, and I really like The Devil Wears Prada.
I do too. Yeah. I actually like Anne Hathaway. I'm surprised she's not in the MCU yet. She will be.
Yeah, I mean, especially like she surprised me as Catwoman.
She's a good actress.
And
I didn't like her as Catwoman, but she's a great actress.
Yeah, but I don't think that was her fault. I think that was the way The Dark Knight Rises was written.
Probably.
Yeah, it was that, but I think she
was an auxiliary character.
But for what they gave her, I thought she did great.
Exactly.
Yeah.
She was an auxiliary character.
Yeah, I think she. And you know, the MCU is becoming like the Harry Potter movies. You know how like every actor, if you were an actor in Britain, England, you were in a Harry Potter movie. One of them somewhere. I feel like the MCU's and they'll reach like the height of their whatever when Denzel agrees. I don't think he ever will off principle, but like I feel like they have him and Meryl are going to be the last two they're going to try to get on.
Yeah, and I mean I also saw a thing that like the MCU has brought in a lot of people from like Doctor Who.
Yeah, and Lord of the Rings.
Yeah, Lord of the Rings too. Like, yeah, you got what's his face? Kate Blanchett, the original Red Skull, Hugo Weaving.
I really hope they bring her back. They definitely could bring her back. We didn't see Hela confirmed die, so
I not just that. I hate it.
Okay, you don't bring in Kate Blanchett to just kill her all. Like, I was disappointed.
And I saw like a recent article where she's like she'd be happy to come back. So like,
but you know that's why Natalie Portman left, because they don't know what to do with women characters in the MCU, and they're finally like starting to figure it out.
You're right
about that.
I still feel like they're not figured because I have a problem with how they portray Sharon Carter.
A villain problem too, because they just used to killing villains. Like,
but immediately,
there's some people who don't like Spider-Man Homecoming, and the reason it's my favorite Spider-Man, second favorite Spider-Man movie, is because he saved the Vulture at the end, and that was like the most Spider-Man thing I've ever seen in a Spider-Man movie.
Facts.
Saving the bad guy. Going out his way, risking his life to save the bad guy. Only Spider-Man would do that.
Yeah. Also, I don't think what's his name is dead either.
Who?
For Far From Home. Why can't I remember his name? Mysterio.
Mysterio. He's not dead.
He's not dead either. So both of his villains aren't dead. Yeah. And I think that's how most villains should. Like, why are you killing me? They're bringing in like their major foes and then clapping them immediately
because they don't. I guess because they don't think it's going to run that long. I think like Batman was like one of the first superhero movies, and they just killed Jack Nicholson off the rip. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah, but MCU, that's the thing. Like, the MCU is clear that this is something that like I'm gonna die in 50 years watching Avengers 40. Yeah. You get what I'm saying?
Which is something they knew, especially by the time you get to Thor Ragnarok, you're like, we know the MCU is going to continue. So you bring in somebody like a Kate Blanchett, Hela.
Yeah. You bring Hela in and clap her.
I thought she would have played.
I thought she would have played the role of Mistress Death for
I thought that
Thanos.
too. I told you I keep them that way on my display. I keep Thanos and Hela together.
Yeah, and not just that, I hated the way they like wrote Hela too, right? Like she was like a scorned woman who was like super bitchy and just making jokes, and like she was a threat but not a threat. I don't know, I just felt like I hated the way I like Thor Ragnarok, like it was funny, but they had a huge villain problem there that I just didn't really fuck with, and it felt like two different movies.
Yeah, the Hela part, and then the you're right.
And I do feel like it was a little too jokey. Like I did like Thor Ragnarok; it was my favorite of the Thors, but I do feel like it was also too jokey as well. That's one of my.
Thor's a joke though, right? It's like someone took mushrooms and drew Thor. It's psychedelic. Yeah. It's like,
but it's not even that. But it's just like the emotional stakes of the movie they didn't live in. Like for example, like his best friends, the Warriors 3, they all got clapped, and there was no reaction to it.
Yeah. His dad died, and they
didn't even bring it up. Yeah, his dad died. There was nothing. His whole planet died, and they threw in a joke right after that, and throwing it and swinging it back to Loki. That's the thing that I really enjoyed about this series so far. That it doesn't seem that's different from the other MCU property. Like it feels different than everything we've seen before. Like even with the typical like MCU jokes and things like that, they threw them in there, but I feel like they didn't throw it in at it awkward, inopportune times where it's like they cut the tension, like moments where like Loki's looking at his life and he's getting emotional and things like that. If this was like MCU of old, they would have like threw a joke in there to cut that emotional weight. But no, they actually lived in it. And even with the second episode, like they lived in like the stakes and they didn't like throw a joke in there. Like that's the thing that I'm liking about this series so far. Granted, they can fuck it up. We still got 4 more episodes left, but so far these first 2 episodes, like I'm liking that they're not. Like the jokes are funny in these episodes and they work, but they're not undercutting like the emotional stakes and weight.
I hope that continues and that goes into the next Thor movie, because like the Guy Butcher storyline is so hard, like so real, like not funny at all. Like if they make like light of it, like I don't know.
I think Natalie Portman is not but Natalie Portman isn't that much of a comedic actress anyway.
And that's why they brought in my boo.
Yeah. Kat Dennings. I knew it. I knew you'd love her and her big old titties. I'm sorry. She do though. She got big ones and they're like super soft. Like they're always out. I'm sorry.
Well, no, I would say like Kat Dennings was she was thick in WandaVision.
But she's not thick. I've seen her in person. She's smaller than me. Her titties are just huge. Short. No, she's thinner than me.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I mean, I'm not that thin, but still, she's thinner than me. She looks thick on TV, but of course you look thick when you're around like double zeros and you're size like 4 and you got double D's. You know what I'm saying? That's just not the body that is around. So I was like, damn, I thought she was bigger than this. But that's Hollywood. Either way, I feel like,
I'm like, what? When did you?
Huh?
What'd you say?
When did I see her? I saw her like.
Yeah, I was like, first of all, the real question is, when did you meet Kat Dennings?
We live in New York. We see people all the time.
Text me?
No, I saw her long before I knew you. Before I had this page. You think I would have saw her and I took a picture and threw it up on my comic book page? That's crazy. Yeah. That's crazy. But I was saying all that to say, I feel like Marvel is getting darker to kind of reflect that they're getting their stride and they're finding that balance of the comic books. Because I feel like, personally, I always felt like Marvel comics were way more darker than DC comics. Like, of course, DC, not of late, right? Everybody wants to be dark lately.
The DCEU is dark as hell for some reason, but the regular DC comics were like bright and sunny.
They were bright until like
talk about people's real lives. It's just all about the hero,
the smoke.
Yeah.
But I think maybe like 8 years ago, right? When everyone realized Batman was fucked up in the head and stuff like that. Like that's when DC was like, let's change our direction. But either way, with Marvel, I always felt like they had bright colors in the comic book, but then the stories were like hella dark, you know? So I don't know. That's just
real quick, let me bring up, because I never even heard of this person. I had to look them up. But in real life, Loki put me on who DB Cooper was. When I looked him up, I was pissed to find out yet again a white man got away with the most that black people couldn't.
It was 1970, though.
Yeah, it was definitely 1971. But yeah, I never knew about this DB Cooper line. Basically, a man hijacked a plane
and disappeared.
And disappeared. And we still don't really know who I mean, DB Cooper, but they never, as far as I know, they never caught him.
It's an inside job.
Yo, to be fair, in the 70s, people wasn't catching. There were so many serial killers and stuff like that who were like
so dirty, getting away with everything. You had
lazy.
Also, technology was
putting people on the street.
Yeah, there's no DNA testing. There's none of that. And even like getting on a plane. If y'all remember, before 9/11, getting on a plane was wild easy.
Yeah,
it was wild easy to get on a plane. You just needed an ID, and it could be. I mean, it had to be an ID, but I don't know. It was just a lot easier. You could fake an ID. They wasn't scanning it and shit for you to roll up on a plane. They were just looking at it like, oh, this is legit. Let's go. You know what I mean? But yeah,
I thought it was a nice little Easter egg to take that real life story and say, no, it was Loki all along.
Yeah. I'm glad that they're saying that like white people are the source of magic. Because my biggest pet peeve is when I see things that black people did and I see all these movies try to say it was magic instead. Like the Egyptians making the pyramids, they'd be like, we did that actually. That was us, the Asgardians or whatever.
They're gonna do it again.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I don't like to do
black.
that.
No, but at least Kang Black.
He black, right? Man. And Jonathan Majors is blackety black, not about his skin, no features. Yeah. I love it because I feel like he is.
It's like Yahya Abdul-Mateen when they put him in the blue makeup for Dr. Manhattan.
Yeah. Yo, I really fuck with that. I feel like they're starting the way that we've been trained to hate our features. This new generation is being trained to love us, right? Yeah. The heartthrob is Jonathan Majors, or Yaya is a heartthrob with the way their nose looks and stuff. Or even Ruby is a bad bitch. Like there's nothing about her that's not sexual or feminine or something like that. Or even like Tiona Paris is brown and got a twist out and she's bad, and I like that.
One thing I will say though, I do hope going forward that we see more from Wumi Masaku's character going forward, because like right now, like she's just there,
just the head Minuteman.
But because she's like the head soldier, like I want her to be like, I want her to have a little bit more.
Yeah. Yo, I love that she was on site. Yo, she was about to kill Loki right there. She was like, "Yo, what's up?" Boom. Like she was like, "Nah, we tried it your way. It didn't work in this 1 second because I distracted you. We gotta clap him. I gotta clap him." And also, I felt like her action scene was believable when Loki tried to throw hands with her, and she was washing.
Yeah.
Although y'all ever seen a big girl in high school beat up a guy?
Oh my god.
With the baby fat coat?
Yeah.
Yo, always had hands. And that's like, she grabbed his shirt and slapped it. I said, yo, that's Harlem. I know she British, but that's some Harlem right there.
But I'm wondering if they're gonna get what's her face, Journey Smollett, because they got Jonathan Majors. Now they got Wumi Masaku.
I'm sure maybe still DC might still do a Birds of Prey. You never know.
Yeah, I want him.
Got really successful on the HBO Max. It's getting a lot of streams, so
because it's a good movie.
It is a good movie.
It's a good movie. People hating on it because it's all women, but it's a legitimately good action movie.
I only had 2 problems with that movie: when she got a bacon, egg, and cheese, and she didn't say bacon, egg, and cheese.
Is she from? Is this Harley Quinn?
Harley Quinn is from Brooklyn.
What did she call it?
An egg sandwich.
Ooh. Well, you know, maybe she's Australian. Maybe she didn't know.
No. Even the Italians is bacon, egg, and cheese.
It felt weird when you said that right there. I said, "Whoa, that's not."
What's her face? I can't think of her name. What's the actress name?
Margot Robbie.
Yeah, Margot Robbie. She's not. Where's she from?
I think
she's Australian.
Oh no, she's Australian.
She's Australian. That's why she only uses that one accent. That's the one American accent she got in the arsenal. She watched the Brooklyn movie for Wolf of Wall Street, and they said, "Yo, this is fire," and then she kept it because even in that movie she did with Will Smith, I was like, "Why is she from Brooklyn? This don't make sense." But it's I don't know. Sometimes I find it offensive. I'm like, why is it always you don't got a regular American accent? But
I just think they need more advisors for all these films. You know what I mean? Like somebody black or somebody from the neighborhood, somebody to correct stuff like bacon, egg, and cheese. Like I was just so upset that she didn't say bacon, egg, and cheese.
I didn't even notice, but that is a huge oversight. I didn't even notice that. That means no one in that writer's room. No one in that writer's room, and I don't even want to say is black wasn't like actually from New York. Maybe they lived in New York, but they got a bodega? Have they ever ordered?
Do they even know what a bodega is?
Exactly.
Yo, what do they call it? The corner? Not even corner store, like a convenience store. What do they call it?
Yeah,
I'm not sure. Damn.
The quick check, like no chicken shack, no.
We just got one by the corner. Habibi just moved in. We got a new one like right on the corner.
On the Upper West Side?
Yo, and these white people are losing it. And when he saw me, we locked eyes. He was like, "You live here?" I was like, "Yeah, I live here." And he was like, "We got chopped cheese and we 24 hours." I was like, "Absolutely, I'm gonna be here at 4 a.m. after when we outside again and get this chopped cheese. You shit me." So I'm just glad they out here.
But real quick, because they did talk about like the timekeepers and everything like that in this episode, and Loki was like, he's not believing it, even though I like how Mobius called him out. He was like, "But where are you from, Loki?" He's like, "I'm from Asgard." "And who's the ruler of Asgard?" "Odin." "Okay. And who's your parents?" "Oh, the Frost Giants." He was like, "Okay, that sounds stupid." And yet you don't believe in timekeepers. Like, if you come from a different perspective, everything could sound like fantasy. I like that they called him out on that. But do you actually think the timekeepers are going, like, do you think they're going to actually play a part?
I don't know how big they're going to go.
Because as of right now, it's just Google and Bathara. She's like the head of the...
Right. I don't think anyone's over her.
Well, the timekeepers are.
Yeah,
but
I don't know. What if they aren't?
And are we like, if you see the timekeepers, I think eventually we'll see things like the Living Tribunal and Galactus and stuff like that.
They did mention Living Tribunal in Doctor Strange. It was like, this is the staff of the Living Tribunal. Yeah.
But what if this isn't? I don't know. I'm always into that. I'm just trying. I feel like Loki is working on this is a huge conspiracy tip, you know? So everything I see, I'm like, this is a conspiracy. This is a conspiracy. So is this, you know?
I mean, maybe. But yeah, I mean, because they did show the bureaucracy. And the thing I like about it is like, even Loki, who comes from Asgard, is still shocked by the power and everything from the TVA. Like, even when he was looking out at like the inner workings and everything like that, he was like, "I thought there was no magic here." Mm-hmm. And he's like, this isn't magic. And I'm like, then what the fuck is it science? Like, what?
I thought that was a weird line for him to say, because in the first Thor, one of the lines that Thor says to Natalie Portman is, you call it magic, we call it science. So like, he knows how advanced science is. And I thought that was weird for him.
Yeah, that's what I said. Like, I thought it was weird for like, because it just looked like Asgard. So like, what?
It wasn't special. It was special. It was a beautiful scene.
Especially to us, yeah. And it also goes to show like they put some money behind this. Mm-hmm, like those effects, even the slow motion effect with Mobius Saku hit him with that one punch man to the jaw, and that like you saw like the effect of him, like that looked good.
I thought that was hilarious, and I want to know, did they slap the shit out of him and let his lips spin, or I just want to know, was it a repeating?
Yeah, how they
had to slap him at least once for his lips to go this way, and they said we're gonna keep rewinding it.
Because how do you fake? I got too much to be doing that flappy stuff that they talking about. But I rewind that scene like twice. I was like, yo, I love watching people get slapped.
Yo,
crazy.
What's wrong? Why are you so violent?
I mean, I thought that's why we were here. We all blood magic. They say blood magic.
blood sex, or magic.
Magic. Yeah, I thought that was our thing. But yeah, you know, I do want to say this about him saying he didn't believe in time. It reminded me of Days of Future Past when Wolverine pulled up and everybody was like, "What do you mean you time travel?" Like, in a world where people can do all of these things, why is time travel a reach? Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just crazy to me that anyone would be like, "Oh, time travel isn't real," except for people from Earth, because for them, these superhero things are 10 years old. You know what I mean? But yeah,
I would like to see a show about like non-superhero people living in the MCU.
They had a show like that. It was terrible.
DC tried to do it.
Yeah, it was terrible. It was with Vanessa Hudgens. It was called I think Super or something like that. And they tried to make it like The Office. Like the concept was good, The first 2 episodes was butt, and then they got the people from The Office to take over, and then they made it like a workplace comedy where they were creating.
But it was too late.
It was too late, and they were like creating things to help regular people survive when people fight. So like they would make umbrellas for rubble. So that like if Batman fucked up a building near you, or well not Batman, Superman fucked up a building near you, you wouldn't be crushed by the rubble and stuff like that. But it ended up not being great.
Oh well, damn! They go shoot. Well, somebody write another one and make it great.
Yeah, maybe Marvel will do it better.
But one of the last, because I think we pretty much touched on everything. But one of the last questions I want to ask you guys in terms of like predictions and things like that, because Loki did mention, like he was like, I can't go back to my time, can I? Like, do you think Loki makes it out of like? What do you think Loki goes?
Oh, does this Loki make it out?
Yeah, does he make it out? Do you think we're gonna see Loki and Thor: Love and Thunder? Like, where do we see Loki after this?
My initial thought was he's gonna do all these things and they're gonna mind wipe him and they're gonna put him right back in the same place. But I think that other timeline has already been created, because without that Loki doing what he did, then Tony Stark doesn't go to see his father and get the other stone. Like, it messes up all the other movies kind of if he doesn't not make it out, but he doesn't get placed back at least.
Right. Like if they put him back, you're saying they put him back and then erase everything. It does change other things.
Exactly.
I don't know. I how tired do you think Tom Hiddleston is?
He looked pretty good.
Yeah, he
looks great, but like most of the actors get tired. He just couldn't wait to leave. Like a lot of them get fatigued, and I get it. Like imagine working for a job for 10, 12 years as the same person.
I was just about to say.
Mike, you're an actor, right? The whole point of acting is you want to be different people, and even still getting paid millions of dollars. Rihanna gets paid millions of dollars, and she's still like, I'm not singing no more, y'all. I'll sing when I feel like it. No matter what, as a person, you grow. And you're like, I'm making millions of dollars in Marvel, but I can make millions of dollars doing something else. I could be Sherlock, or I don't know, someone else, besides Loki. And maybe a lot of actors felt that way. I know Chris Evans did. He said, yo, I'm out.
But I think the biggest pro of the MCU specifically, and why I think a lot of actors continue to come back, because even like somebody like a Chris Hemsworth, he mentioned like he was starting to get bored with the character of Thor until Taika Waititi came around and he wanted to bring in a new aspect of Thor's character. Yeah. So I think if they continue to show like new aspects of these characters and have them play in ways that they never got to play in the movies, I think that's the thing that will keep them interested. And I think that's probably the thing that maybe got Tom Hiddleston's interest, and because I think he was probably like, I'm done after this. I'm done with Loki. But then they introduced this concept of the Loki show, and he's like, no, that sounds kind of fun. So I'm like, so depending on what they want to do with Loki going forward, I mean, maybe we might see him and show up in like Thor: Love and Thunder or whatever.
I think they're gonna leave it open. Like, I don't think they're gonna wipe him, but I think they'll sign off his character in the way that like the ball will be in his court if he wants to return or not.
Because there's also rumors of Chris Evans coming back in some capacity, maybe as a Skrull. So
yeah, right, maybe because what is he doing now? I ain't see. No, he was in Knives Out.
He wants to be a behind the scenes guy.
Yeah, he's a Knives Out.
That was good.
Where's Regina King coming out here? I'm tight. I just thought about it. I'm like, yo, who? Because once you said director, I was like, oh yeah, Regina King is doing that now, and she kicking the shit.
I need to see her on a Marvel movie, not in one, but directing one.
Yeah, she's good. Regina King, and she'll actually read it, unlike the woman who did. WandaVision didn't read it in comics.
Yeah.
It was still a good show. Let me not trash a woman. It was still an excellent show, y'all. Yeah, you don't have to read the comics for the MCU. I believe in that. But don't say
that to the you don't read comics.
I know. You know why I say that? Because like, and I know I don't practice what I preach, but sometimes I feel like I get disappointed in places that I shouldn't get disappointed because I had an expectation from the comics. That's number one. Or I get confused because I'm confusing like what I know from the comics and and what I'm watching on the show. You know what I mean? Like details is that just me or?
No, but I agree with what you're saying. But that's also why when it comes to like books that are adapted into movies, that's why I would rather watch the movie first or the TV show first, then go back and read the book.
Yeah,
because I think
I'm about to start reading Game of Thrones.
Yo, like, okay, that's a perfect example.
I need to wait for him to finish because he's still got 2 books that need to come out. I don't want to read no one.
He's gonna wait till he dies so that we can't rip in the shred like we did the things.
Y'all making me late for D&D.
I'm sorry, y'all. I'm
sorry.
Yo, Ron, you right. We out. We out, yo.
Let me do this last Kelly Demos saying maybe Hiddleston will bow out at some point, but Loki will remain incarnated as Kid Loki for Young Avengers or Lady Loki.
That's what I'm talking about, Callie.
So that's good. That's good. That'd be good. We were just talking about that.
Yeah, but, didn't I say that? I said Lady Loki, and then
but yeah, I can't. I'm not. So yeah, but that's all we got because Ron want to go play D&D. So
what a nerd!
Learning how to play D&D. I'm from the projects. I ain't never played D&D.
Yo, are you playing with people from the projects?
D&D.
Are you playing with people from?
I'm playing with a bunch of white people.
No, okay, so this is y'all. One day
they're gonna make you an orc.
Yo, oh no! But one day we have to play a hood D&D because D&D is as good as the narrator. Yeah. You get what I'm saying? So he'd be like, "Yeah." So then, old boy come out. Yeah, Elf came out and clapped you. What you finna do? You got a sword to poke him? You gonna bring out the blick? What's good? I think that'd be funny. And Ron, I think you should do it.
Ron would be the hood dungeon master.
You be a hood dungeon master. All right, Mike, you about to get poked, yo. You gotta roll a 6 or above to block that shit.
A lot of people keep saying I keep my whole blood sex going magic. They that's D&D, right? Like you would love D&D, but I've never played.
It's something that we weren't exposed to and stuff like that.
I wasn't exposed to it.
Yeah.
I would love.
That's another conversation. That's a good conversation, but another conversation.
But you need to tell us about this. So you playing with a bunch of white people? They gonna make you, or you gonna get clapped in the first.
Nah. They're respectful.
Yo, Mike, did you get that invite to the D&D group? You didn't get an invite. That's crazy. Me neither. Yeah. Wow, he liked me with the whites. He ain't asked none of us. He got a whole group chat.
What I'm doing is taking the knowledge from the white man and coming back to us. You know what I mean? That's what I'm doing. Okay. It's subterfuge.
That's what the claim is.
He trying to flash us. Let me throw some science words in here and throw them off my scent, yo. You're not gonna trick me.
But that's pretty much everything we got. Sheldon Black. I could watch y'all talk forever. This is so entertaining.
Thank you.
I could talk with these guys forever, but Ron got more important things. He want to go. He want to get leave.
I'm coming back to the culture.
Leave us black people. Yeah, leave us black people to go hang with the whites.
Yeah, he's like exactly the black.
One of the dudes is Dominican.
Okay.
What kind of Dominican?
But notice how he throwing that in. Notice how he throwing that in there last night.
No. Someone Dominican.
Someone Dominican.
Afro Dominican.
Yeah, Afro Dominican or
Afro Dominican. He doesn't look white. He's not white presenting.
But does he say I know black? Like what level?
Does he call himself black?
Yeah.
I don't know. I just start playing D&D with him. Guys.
We'll feel him. See if he drop an N-word or not. See.
Nah, you gotta be like, wait, can you say that?
No, you know what? You can always tell by how comfortable some of them say.
Some of them say it comfortably, and they not.
Right. I got cousins who are not as black as me, and they'll say it, but they'll look at me like,
it's okay if I said that.
And I'll be like, no, you're not blackface. You can't say it. J-Lo, get out of here. No, I'm not J-Lo's cousin. That's what I call him, by the way.
But anyway, how'd y'all feel? Final thoughts for the first episode, predictions, anything like that, and then plug yourselves, and then we get out of here.
It's been the best first episode of the show, I think.
Mm-hmm. Out of the 3?
Yeah, the best.
No, yeah, I agree with that.
I agree. I don't know. I think the Falcon and the Winter Soldier first episode was pretty good, because it had a little bit of action. Yeah. I would give it 4 Frankie Flames out of 5.
Now you gotta you're on the Black Gay Comic Geek channel. You gotta give it the Black Gay Comic Geek rating.
What's your rating?
I do it like movie review. So like my biggest rating is Blockbuster. Hit is right after that. Breaking Even is like it broke even. Then I do a miss. It's a miss, which is like it was kind of good, but miss. And then the final, it's terrible, is a flop. Shit was a flop.
I would say it's a hit. I don't Blockbuster, like
a hit.
You know what I'm saying?
It's hard to do that in the first episode. Yeah, it's hard.
Especially I don't know, but in 15 minutes,
50 minutes, yeah.
Invincible did it.
I don't think a lot of people.
The Boys did it.
I think Invincible did it, but there's a lot of people that I know that didn't like the first episode of Invincible until the end. And then
what about the Boys?
I love the first episode.
The Boys was good.
I did too. I'm just saying, I've talked to people and they're like, I couldn't get into it until the end. You know?
Yeah. What about the Boys? The Boys was good. Yo, old girl got clapped like 5 minutes in, and it was smoke all the way through. I think that's a blockbuster that, like, I was like, oh my god, like for a good minute.
Yeah, but second episode is just as long as this first episode, 52 minutes. So hopefully they continue that trend. Yeah. But yeah, let's get out of here. Yeah, look, Ron looking like he wants y'all to shut up.
I was in the middle of killing the spider the last time we stopped playing, and it was mad lit, yo. Like, I'm gonna tell you how it is. I might write an article on, like, you know, somebody from our experience playing D&D for the first time. I think that'd be cool.
Please do it.
Yeah.
But anyway, so yeah, we're about to get out of here. So we'll be back next. I don't know, Frankie, you want to join us? Let's make this a note. You want to come back next Wednesday?
Frankie ain't got time for us.
I'm traveling next Wednesday.
She going on vacation.
I didn't want to say it.
Every week she be on vacation.
That's what I'm saying. I'm holding. I'm gonna go see family this time though.
Okay, where?
So
y'all gonna like Punta Cana or something?
No, we're going to Texas, regular Texas. I'll be in Dallas, see my nephews, and yeah, that's it.
What is that?
I got my D&D started in the background.
Oh, he said y'all don't gotta go home. That's the wrap it up music. We out. Okay, big news. Yeah, y'all.
But anyway, yeah, guys.
Fantastic Frankie.
I was gonna say plug yourself.
Fantastic Frankie is spelled on here, Frankey, on everything but the bird, which is Twitter. I'm at Fanboy Fighter. Follow me on TikTok. I'm having a lot of fun there, and we're having a good time on the clock, yo. And Ron too, who's
a little bit.
Ron ain't posting nothing on TikTok yet.
I haven't. My staff is posting things.
My staff.
Her name is Frankie, Fantastic Frankie. I like to call her Frankie Fantastic.
Frankie Fantastic.
Frankie Fantastic.
You know what I'm saying? Frankie Fantastic. Yo, I can't. Next time y'all see me, this gonna be fire. I got new shows. It's gonna be nice.
All right. My name is Ron. Again, you can find me on youdontreadcomics.com. You can find me on all the social medias if you just look up You Don't Read Comics, and I'll be there talking comics and stuff.
And he'll be here with me next week to talk episode 2 of Loki. So
yeah.
So guys, join me again live at Wednesday at 7 p.m. Tell your friends, families, neighbors, to husbands, wives, all that stuff. 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Next week, we'll be talking episode 2 of Loki. So see you guys next week. And if you're watching on a replay, or if you're watching right now, you hadn't hit the like button, hit that like button. And we out. Let's get Ron and his D&D. So ciao.